I thought San Antonio really was an outstanding team. Fun to watch, excellent at both ends of the floor. But one statistical thing that stood out was they defended at a high level without committing a lot of fouls. That takes discipline and smarts.
Wade outside. Kicks it to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. That's good from 17 feet away. LeBron's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Heat.
He'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Clark, as you said about that Spurs team, just a team that does not foul very often. Doesn't give away 3 points. And, Steve, they led the league in fewest fouls last season.
Well, that's part of Greg Popovich's mantra. Don't give up anything easy. You can't guard a free throw, obviously. You can't guard a fast break. So important for the Spurs to avoid fouls and take care of the basketball and be efficient offensively, and that helps their D.
And Wade slams it in.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, thank you. I caught up with Eric Spoelstra. They'll be up against a future Hall of Famer in Tim Duncan in this one, and I asked him how Duncan changes what they do on the defensive end. He relayed that he told his guys not to be over-aggressive with him in the post, saying, if we start biting on every fake he throws our way, we'll all be in foul trouble. We can't let that happen. We'll see if they can avoid just that, guys.
And thanks for that story, Doris. He feeds it to LeBron. He dishes it to Chalmers. Good ball movement here by Miami. Outside Bosh. And another basket for Miami.
Well, with LeBron James as the main post threat on Miami, the outside shooting touch of Chris Bosh fits perfectly to help them space the floor, and he continues to expand his range.
Green with the ball. Wade picks him up. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul. Parker kicks to Green. Pass to Duncan. Haslam's there with the fadeaway. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. We talk about Bosh in his shooting range. He's trying to develop a reliable three-point shot as well.
Well, it's happened. In the playoffs last year, he shot a lot of threes. It's kind of a function of the Miami offense, trying to provide floor spacing for LeBron and Wade. But in some ways, it takes Bosh away from what's made him good, too, the slashing and the ability to score around the basket.
Both good from the line that time.
No denying it's been a heck of a run the last few years for the Heat, but you can't help but wonder if the impending 2014 summer of free agency could be the end of it all. The big three came together in a flash of lightning, it seemed, but it could end just as fast if one or all decide to opt out.
Really good work defensively. This coach has to be happy with his team.
Yeah, forcing that miss right there, great effort.
Dishes it to Parker. Parker off the pick from Splitter. Parker kicks to Splitter. And Green with the basket on the assist from Thiago Splitter. Green's got his second bucket of the game to go. And Clark, as you were saying, the trio of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh all have options in their contracts to become free agents in 2014 if they choose to. And, Steve, you have to think that at least one or two of them might exercise that right.
Well, LeBron will, because he's the most underpaid athlete probably in the history of sports. He's worth 10 times what he makes. But it's going to be interesting to see what Miami does here the next couple of years with their roster.
Well, for LeBron James, guys, the stats say it all. He's always a beast. But when you play him at the power forward position, his numbers take on a whole nother level of excellence.
First free throw is good. And Clark, you mentioned LeBron playing at the 4 being a tough matchup for teams Steve, why is that?
Well, we've seen the same thing with Carmelo Anthony, a guy who's playing at the 4, who has great size and strength, but also ball handling ability. It compromises the defense, particularly when you put shooters around him.
The Spurs making a switch here. Diaw's checked in. And both free throws good for LeBron.
You know, a big part of why the Spurs were so good last season, guys, was that they were able to finish games strong. You think a group of vets might run out of gas, but the opposite was true with this group. They turned it up down the stretch and were one of the most productive teams in the league in terms of fourth quarter points.
Diaw dishes to Leonard. He passes to Green. 5 on the clock. Good. Green's got 6 points. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Bosh, a screen on Green. Wade, double team. Green, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Well, Clark, a big part of why the Spurs were so good last year in the fourth was because they had so many options when possessions, Steve, start getting critical and the game is tight.
Well, no question. You got Parker to create off the dribble. You can always throw it into the low post to Duncan. But on top of that, you've got a roster full of guys who understand how to play the game and know how to play each other. Just the experience that this group has gained together over the years, I think, allows them to execute under pressure.
Bosh sets the pick for LeBron. Passes it to Chalmers. Second shot opportunity. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, it's an almost impossible task guarding him. He's so strong and quick. LeBron is like a locomotive bearing down. You see why teams have to give hard fouls to stop him, because a little bit of contact just is not going to be enough to stop him.
Hey, Steve, a lot of contact isn't enough to stop the freight train LeBron James. I mean, he draws so much attention defensively, but what makes him special is how he can punish a defense for overcommitting, because I think his greatest attribute amongst all of his great attributes is his passing ability.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. Ginobili comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bellinelli in for Daniel Green. And the second free throw, good.
You know, one of the things about the Heat since the Big Three has come together is that they've been able to find the right kinds of veteran players to step in and fill specific roles for this team as they've won a couple of championships now.
And Bellinelli kicks to Ginobili. 6 to shoot. And the pass to Diaw. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Unloads from 9. Again, the Spurs good for 2. And it's easy to have players want to join the Heat when they're competing for an NBA title every season. But, Steve, even then, they find the ones that most fit their offensive and defensive philosophy, and that's when they're going to come up big for them.
Yeah, for sure. This team has done such a good job putting together this roster around LeBron and Wade. You think about Birdman in the playoffs last year, Battier coming in here as a stretch 4. They've just found the right players and the right mix, and that's one of the big reasons why this team is back-to-back NBA champs.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Here's LeBron. He's got 5. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Now the feed to Cole. The dish to Battier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebound by Parker.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
And Allen with the block. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Spurs leading by 5. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Here's Parker. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Here's Cole. Battier outside. He kicks it to LeBron. From the post. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra. As a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart, Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
San Antonio making a switch here. Duncan's checked in. And both free throws good for LeBron.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
Picked him clean. One-on-one fast break. Bonner passes to Ginobili. Some solid defense from Cole. The Heat trail by 6. And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, there is no doubt Chris Bosh has taken his share of criticism in Miami. People call them, quote, the big 2.5, saying he hasn't lived up to that top billing. But for Eric Spoelstra, he said he is our most important player. We've said that for 3 seasons. He allows everything to work on both ends of the court. Guys, you think about it, offensively, he's a floor spacer and an offensive rebounder. And defensively, he anchors the Heat inside. Spoelstra called him, quote, a perfect fit for their system.
He's got the length factor to be sure. Thanks, Doris. Ginobili against LeBron. Ginobili attacking. Stolen by Allen. And now it's Allen. Running. He can go all the way.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Parker kicks to Duncan. From 7. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Shane Battier is checked in for Miami. The Spurs shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Well, they were very pleased with their free throw numbers a year ago. They knocked down about 79% from the stripe as a team.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Feeds it to LeBron. He's covered by Ginobili. For 3. Rebounded by Manu Ginobili.
Manu Ginobili is really one of those electrifying all-around players. I mean, he's as fun to watch as any guy in the league. He scores, he defends, has a nose for the ball. He does everything, and usually he packs a bunch of production into short stints of playing time. He's now in his mid-30s. The question becomes for him is health. and how much longer can he go at the level he's played at throughout his career.
LeBron drives in. Kicks to Cole from the arc. No good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Now Bellinelli. Gia with it. Pass to Parker. Spurs working the ball around now. Clock at 6. Bellinelli off the pick from Ginobili. Shot off the screen. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Heat making a switch here. Bosch is checked in. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Here's Cole, covered by Parker. And Cole kicks to Allen. It's Battier on the wing. Back to Allen. Hit his foot. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Bosch. Cannot hit. Some solid defense here from Thiago Splitter. Spurs leading by 4.
Well, when you have the best record in the league, you're going to be the most dominant, one of the most dominant teams at home. The Heat just destroyed people down in Miami, and only the Denver Nuggets had more wins at home than the Heat did.
Here's Cole. He dishes it to Battier. He feeds it to Cole. 4 on the shot clock. Haslam a screen on Parker. Here's Cole. And the 3-ball is good. Cole's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And how crazy is that from the Heat to win as many games as they did last season, but still be second in the league in home wins? Still, we're far and away number 1 at home in the East.
Well, yeah, the Knicks were the closest team in the East, but they still had 6 fewer wins at home than Miami. But the Heat really just did what they had to do to put themselves in position to go on to their second NBA title in a row.
Pass to Battier. There's the triple. And again, Miami with the triple.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
San Antonio trailing here. Parker dishes to Splitter. Leonard. Pass to Ginobili. Back to Leonard. 3-pointer. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili.
Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Here's Cole. Dishes to Battier. And Bosch backs down. And it's Miami with another.
He can finish in the post. That's one thing we know about him.
26 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Parker outside. Parker right side. 5 to shoot. Some solid defense from Cole.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Heat lead by 1. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the third quarter. But right now, it's time for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome to the Halftime Report with a close contest going on out at American Airlines Arena. Miami up on top against San Antonio. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. LeBron is their leading scorer. He's got 7 points, and he's made some key plays in the assist department, too. And San Antonio also bringing it. And nice teamwork offensively, moving the ball around. What a great way to play. And Tim Duncan standing out early. He's knocked down more of his shots in the first half. Don't discount how important he's been. Thanks so much for spending halftime with me. Now let's head on back out to Kevin and the gang.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A magnificent view of glowing high-rises in downtown Miami as we welcome you back. You have to like what we're seeing from Green.
How about his first half? Just easily surpassing his average point total.
On pace for a monster game. Too bad he can't score like this every night.
The Spurs shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Parker passes to Duncan. Back to Parker. He passes it to Green. Outside Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from the wing. Nice jump shot. Good. Leonard's got the first basket of the second half here for the Spurs.
Well, Kawhi Leonard taken 15th overall in the 2011 draft. And believe it or not, he's the Spurs' highest drafted rookie since they took Tim Duncan #1 overall back in '97. It just shows you the legacy of the Spurs' success over the years.
LeBron gets the screen from Haslam. On the top of the key. A shot by LeBron. No good.
That's his comfort zone. So defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
Leonard on the wing. No one near him. Off the left rim and out. And going back to Kawhi Leonard, he earned minutes in Coach Popovich's rotation from the first game on.
And part of the reason he did, he's got great versatility defensively primarily, but he's a quick learner, quick study, understands things, doesn't take long to pick things up. And when you're a first-year player, that can separate you from a lot of guys and get you in the rotation, especially with a veteran team like the Spurs.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, gentlemen, head coach Eric Spoelstra of the Miami Heat finally getting the respect he deserves now with their multiple championships. But his players, not afraid to rib him a little. Dwayne Wade said Spoelstra's favorite word? Focus. He said, here's what it sounds like to play for my coach. Come on, guys, we have to focus. Next game. Come on, guys, it's about focus. Game 82. Guys, it's about focus. Kevin, it's all about that consistent message, right?
A steady hand, Doris. The players seem to really appreciate him. And here's Splitter. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Green inside the three-point line. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And what an amazing run it was for the Spurs last year in the postseason. Swept the Lakers, survived Golden State, and then dismantled Memphis on their way to the NBA Finals. And then, of course, were seconds away from another championship banner.
Here's Wade, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Boy, in a close game especially, those plays really hurt.
Shane Battier is checked in for Udonis Haslem. The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Parker outside. Leonard attacking, and it's blocked by Battier. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Power down with both hands.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Now getting back to the Spurs, they look better and better as they went deeper into the playoffs. Clark, Heat were thought to be the heavy favorites at the start of the NBA postseason. But when they met in the finals, thoughts on who would win, I think, were pretty much split.
Yeah, and eventually, this was one heck of a series because the Spurs not only had experience and talent, but they had multiple options offensively and did such a terrific job sharing the ball. They took the Miami Heat to the limit, but at the end of the day, it came down to LeBron James and Dwayne Wade rising to the challenge. That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
LeBron left side. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
A different look now for San Antonio. Diaw comes in for Tim Duncan. And it's Ginobili in for Tony Parker. The Spurs have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Leonard against LeBron. Leonard kicks to Green. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Tony Parker's checked in for Daniel Green. Now here is Haslam. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. There's the pass to Wade. The feet to LeBron. Heat moving the ball around, and it's blocked by Splitter. Now Parker. There's the screen. Kicks it out to Leonard. Now the dish to Splitter. Working on James for the tie. 6 on the shot clock. Splitter, that's good. Splitter's got his first basket. Here's Miami now. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Parker against Chalmers. Battier sets the pick for LeBron. Back to Chalmers. He kicks to Wade. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Wade's got 6.
He's got one of those shooting strokes that never changes, guys. I mean, even if a defender's all over him, he just never seems to flinch. A great quality to have as a shooter.
And there's something else on his resume that can't be overlooked. Just how many times he's taken over at the end of close games and carried his team to the win.
The Heat with the lead. Feeds to Haslam. Kicks to Wade. Wade left side. And that one's good. Wade's got 6 points in the quarter.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points, really. Nobody paid him any mind there.
Parker with it. Now defended by Mario Chalmers. And Parker, here we go. Back to Leonard. Pass to Parker. From the baseline. That's good.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
Now here's Wade. He's got 8. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And the offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
For Miami, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Well, they were 75% free throw shooting a season ago.
That free throw good from Wade. The Spurs making a switch here. Both free throws good from Wade. Here's Parker. 1 second left. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And an ideal finish to the quarter for them as he drains it at the buzzer.
Boy, I like the fact he didn't rush it at all. Fantastic shot.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Heat out front. They're up by 2. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Here's Chalmers. He dishes it to Bosch. LeBron. He feeds it to Wade. Duncan with the block. Green with the ball. Back to Duncan. Shoots from 12. And another basket for San Antonio.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
Here's LeBron. Back to Anderson. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, you got that right, Kevin. He's such a reliable finisher.
San Antonio trailing here. Now Bellinelli. Back to Duncan. Working on Anderson. 11 feet away. And it's sent back by Anderson. And it's Wade penetrating. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, it's always fun to play the hypothetical game with players. One with LeBron is just how good is he? Like, would he be able to go deep in March Madness playing with a good high school team? That might not be as ridiculous as you think.
And the first one drops. And Clark, you talked about LeBron and the college level. He looks like he's playing against college players, you know, Steve, with his strength and his size.
Well, he can do everything. No matter what you ask of him on the floor, he can do it. He can play point guard. He can play power forward. And defensively, I mean, how about last year during the playoffs? 1 minute he's guarding David West. In the next series, he's guarding Tony Parker. So the versatility is just incredible.
Off the charts, you're right. He doesn't get the second one.
Well, what a series it was in the finals a year ago. Such great basketball. 2 teams that like to play up-tempo. And I'll tell you, the Spurs had Miami. They had the series in the bag. They were 1 play away from wrapping it up in Game 6, but the miracle comeback from the Heat that led to the Game 7 victory and another title for the Miami Heat.
And that one falls for Bellinelli. Clark, it was interesting because the games themselves weren't particularly close through the first half of the series, but things started to get really tight when they left San Antonio after Game 5.
How about that, Kevin? You talk about things tightening up. We had a game for the ages in Game 6. 28.6 seconds to go. The Spurs +5. Miami needed a miracle, and they found it in the form of timely three-point shooting and got some help from the San Antonio Spurs missing some free throws.
The Game 6 was about as intense an NBA game as you'll ever see.
Oh, it was off the charts. Absolutely fantastic.
Tony Parker is checked in for the Spurs. Final quarter of play, about 1.5 minutes off the clock into it. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
They've got the opportunity to get the lead back.
No, Kevin, they've been waiting for this chance. They've got to take advantage.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Pass to Ginobili. Shot clock at 5. To take the lead. It's hauled in by the Heat.
He had a defender draped all over him. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
And so it's San Antonio with it. Parker outside. Stolen by Bosch. Ginobili and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's San Antonio now. Parker outside. Passes to Ginobili. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. He'd have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Bosch, a screen on Ginobili. Dishes it to Haslam. LeBron James on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Fades back. Tony Parker grabs the miss. Parker's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Stolen by Bosch. LeBron with it. Leonard picks him up. Backing down is LeBron. Banked in off the glass. And the Heat lead by 3. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
San Antonio calls timeout.
You know, he wants to tinker a little bit, and he's taking the time to do so right here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just didn't like some of the things he saw out there, a bit uncomfortable, and wanted to talk it over.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told his guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it, and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thanks. The pass to Splitter. Clock at 6. And stolen by LeBron.
They're obviously starting to lose some of their focus here, committing more and more turnovers as the game goes along. Not a good sign.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Ginobili with the 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And it's 8 points for Manu Ginobili. And the Heat call time here. They're up by 2. A minute 50 left to play in the final quarter. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. Haslam against Duncan. Haslam dishes to Bosch.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line, and the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. It's Parker with the drive. The feed now to Duncan. 4 on the clock. Down low. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession.
He had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're losing by 4. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. $1:19 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that one's good.
And that shot sucked the life out of the whole building.
Oh, that was a big one, Clark. You could hear it.
Yeah, that was a gut punch right there. These fans, oh, man, they're struggling.
The drive by Wade. Stolen by Ginobili. Parker against Chalmers. Ginobili. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, Manu has been getting it done. He's got 8 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
His outside stroke has looked really good today.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. And he ties it up.
And that's how you do it, guys. I mean, free throws in a game like this can make a huge difference.
Wade drives in, has him. Good!
Oh, what a basket, and at the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
Ginobili against Wade. It's stolen by Hazard. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. Nails it!
No doubt about it. Wade has found the touch right now.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Ginobili can't hit. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the 4th so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. San Antonio making a switch here. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 6. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th. What do you think, guys?
Well, there's a little bit of time here to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Very much so. Either way you cut it, they're going to need a pair of threes and some help at the other end as well.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And it just feels like those are the free throws that probably put this game out of reach.
Parker outside. Leonard on the wing. Off target with that shot. And so it's Miami winning this one. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.